These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
1 second, you're enjoying your day off. The next, your phone buzzes. A window's been broken at home. You're miles away. In 1 second, everything can change. That's why ADT's professionally installed security systems monitor your home 24/7. They're backed by the most company-operated monitoring centers in the industry, so you're always supported during an emergency. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
Hey guys, today we did a little collab, or I should say a big collab, because it was long, it was a lot of fun, and we are going to do it again soon.
Hell yeah, brother!
We collabed with National Park After Dark, which is hosted by Cassie and Danielle, 2 amazing humans who we had so much fun with. We're going to be collabing again with them on their feed, but today you're just going to sit and listen to us do some Lighthouse stories.
And they got some good ones. They came to the freaking table.
They came just completely, like, more than prepared. Yeah. I'm telling you. Theirs are so much better than ours.
I know, actually.
But they killed it. And definitely check out their podcast. We did like a little like campfire tale, kind of like round robin thing in here. So I hope you guys like it. And again, go check out National Parks After Dark. They're really rad people and they have a really rad podcast.
Woo!
Hey, weirdos. I'm Alaina.
I'm Ash.
I'm Cassie. And I'm Danielle.
And this is Morbid and National Parks After Dark collab.
Woo!
We're here. We're so glad to have you guys on the show. We have Cassie and Danielle. We have been big fans of the show for a long time. As soon as I saw the name National Parks After Dark and the art for it, I was like, okay.
The art is so good for your show.
Oh, thank you. We have to bow down to Cassie's friend for that. She put that together.
Oh, cool.
It's so good. It just draws you right in.
Really.
And just the subject matter. It's a perfect subject to focus on. Because national parks are terrifying.
Well, yeah, there's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of just as like a brief background to probably everyone listening who is like, wait, who? What's happening?
What's going on?
So Cassie and I started this podcast a little over a year ago because we love nature and being outside in the outdoors and national parks, but we also love dark history, morbid, content, all of that, true crime. And it just kind of morphed into this. And it's been a wild ride. And it's so, I hate to say the word fun. Fun is not the word.
I know, it's so hard to describe.
It's very intriguing and it's interesting, and we found a lot of people really like it too.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah, it's crazy to know that you're walking into a national park and you're standing in the same spot that all this crazy, dark, morbid history has been. And you're like, oh my God, this happened right here.
It just hits you all of a sudden.
And you would never know. Like, that's
No.
the thing. Most of this stuff is so hidden, so hush hush.
Right.
You're just walking into beautiful nature. You have no idea that, like, this awful atrocity happened here, or, like, there's some crazy cryptid hanging out in the woods somewhere.
Yeah. Well, every once in a while, now that you have a trained eye, you'll look at a little plaque or like a little information sign that you may not have looked at before. And then all of a sudden it's like in memory of, and then it's like,
And you're
oh,
like,
there
wait
was
a second.
vicious grizzly attack.
Yeah,
here. Okay.
right. You're like, oh, all
Or a
right.
plane crashed right here.
Oh, it's
Right.
so wild.
So heavy,
Yeah.
too. Like, I feel like you can just feel that when you walk in, like you were saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so heavy.
But it's
Well, we get a
great.
lot of people that are like, I felt really weird here. And now I hear this story and it all makes sense.
I didn't even think about that. That some
Right.
people probably listen and are like, okay, like validation. No, it's like, I knew something was
Yes.
weird there.
But also it's like, it's great because there's the flip side to the coin, right? It's like, it's dark and it's sad and sometimes it's scary, but then you open your eyes and look around and you're in one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Exactly.
And it just brings a bigger appreciation for where you are. And it's great. So
It's
we
true.
love it all. And we're glad that it's bringing people closer to nature in a really, really weird way.
That's the only way to get closer to nature, just weirdly.
Yeah. So we're doing some spooky lighthouses.
Yes.
I'm so excited for this.
Because people have been digging the Spooky Lighthouse series, and it's been really fun to do because you don't think about lighthouses that much, and we just didn't realize how many lighthouses there are in the entire world and how almost all of them are haunted or something
Every
awful
last
happens
one.
in them.
Every lighthouse is creepy, hands down.
Everyone.
They're all old.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they all have some
yeah.
phantom animal in them or phantom human in them, or the light keeper just won't leave.
It's
Like, he's-
always that. The
Yeah.
lightkeeper is there to stay.
Yeah, it's a full, like, it's a committed job.
Yes.
Like, you are not leaving
For all of
ever.
eternity.
Yeah.
Life and death.
Exactly.
Correct. Yeah. And I think, when is like the newest constructed lighthouse? Because
I know.
with new technology, they
They
being
don't need keepers.
decommissioned.
Yeah.
Right. They're being
Right.
like automated now.
Which always
Right.
bums me out. Like, whenever I see in my research that's like, and then like keepers were taken out of there and now it's just an automated lighthouse. I'm like, no.
Like, that's no fun.
Because now it's not going to be
you
as
guys-
haunted.
You guys are going to love my story then because
Oh, man.
my lighthouse is still run to this
Oh,
day.
Yes. You knew. You brought it to the table.
I love it.
Oh, okay.
And
I
we-
didn't know that you were doing that one.
We each brought a lighthouse today. So you're getting 4 lighthouse tales today.
Yes.
So you guys got to strap in for the long haul. And I think Ash is going to start us off.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right. We're going to go to Seguin Lighthouse in Maine.
Okay.
And for a lot of this research, I read a book called Haunted Maine Lighthouses by Taryn Plum.
Thanks, Taryn.
Yeah, chapter 5, if you're interested in this particular lighthouse. So, Seguin Lighthouse, very fittingly, is located on Seguin Island in Georgetown, Maine, and it's the second oldest lighthouse in Maine. And the first oldest one is the Portland Headlight. But the water surrounding the Seguin Lighthouse is known to be very, very rough. And when the area was first settled on, about 13 years before the Mayflower even landed, the settlers really had no other choice but to set up where they did on what would become Pompum Beach. They actually named the land after Captain George Pompum, who was captain of one of the 2 ships that all the settlers had arrived on. He was either the captain of the Gift of God or Mary and John. Not quite sure.
It's all so biblical.
It's very biblical.
Like, wow.
I know.
Right before the Mayflower, so like that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
But since the area was so hard to live on, nobody really lasted that long. A lot of people got sick. Unfortunately, a lot of people passed away. And they all decided to sail back to England after just a year on the island. And
Maine is rough.
yeah,
It is.
seriously, the waters
It really
around there are
isn't back to
crazy.
England.
We can say that.
Yeah, we definitely can. And I feel like the Native Americans were probably like, yeah, we could have told you fuckers that, because they had actually named the island before anybody had even settled it. And they called it Sutquin, which translates to place where the sea vomits.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
descriptive.
So, you know that's going to be a pretty rough area.
I love, that's a great description.
Place where the sea vomits.
Like, not where the sea empties out or anything. It's like, no, it just vomits.
Yeah, it just barfs all over you.
Because that's
You
probably
just
exactly what it
crossed-
looks like.
Like you've just crossed the ocean to the place where the sea vomits.
Yeah, love that.
Welcome.
Exactly. So after about 100 years after the first settlers arrived on the island, people started talking about the need of a lighthouse because this area is like super, super foggy. It's actually one of the foggiest places in the country. And so the fog's rolling through, there's super rough waters. They're like, it would be a good entrance light to let people know where the hell they even are. And it could also serve as a safety measure because it'll prevent a lot of the shipwrecks that they knew would happen quite frequently, because it was already happening. So in 1786, an official petition was put together and 55 men signed, and then they brought that petition to the General Court of Massachusetts because Maine actually didn't exist yet and would not for another 34 years. So it's like,
That is so wild to think about.
Yeah.
it is. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, there was a time when Maine didn't exist.
Like, oh, yeah.
Who knew? But the petition stated the island Seguin seems to be designated by nature for this purpose, being situated at the mouth of the great river Kennebec, and being an excellent direction not only for that harbor, but likewise for the harbor of Falmouth, Booth Bay, Wacasset Point, New Meadows, and Harpswell. Your petitioners think that if there was a light upon this island, many vessels would be saved from shipwreck, and many persons persevered from immature deaths.
Okay.
And do you know who gave the go-ahead for this lighthouse to construct this bad Larry?
Who did it?
Oh.
President George Washington.
Oh, that guy.
Just that man.
I've heard of him before.
Yeah.
I've heard a little something
He
about
looked a
him.
little familiar in my research.
He was in Hamilton.
Yes,
That's
yes,
what it is.
That's where you remember
Yeah.
him from. So the lighthouse was officially built in 1795, and over the years there's been two huge renovations. In 1819, they just straight up removed the original tower and they replaced it with a larger stone structure. And then in 1857, they rebuilt the entire lighthouse again, and that's the one that still stands today. So 1857 to today.
Dang.
Crazy.
It's always the second go around. They never stick
know.
around for the whole. Yeah. It's always like, this one is the third one that's been in this site.
It'll do the charm.
Poor lighthouses.
I know, right? It was a night like any other. We had some dinner. You know, we chatted for a little bit. We talked about school and work, and everything seemed normal.
Here's a quick podcast for all you true crime fans. The Case of the Missing Reeses. It was me at the store with my mouth. Motive? They're Reese's. What was I going to do? Stop myself? Tune in next time to see if I do it again. Spoiler, I will. Wow, that had everything. Reese's, suspense, Reese's.
You know what's really terrifying? That unfinished college degree lurking in the background, just sitting there, waiting for you. That's where Southern New Hampshire University comes in. With flexible online degree programs, there's no commuting, no rigid schedule, and no more excuses. Plus, they have some of the lowest online tuition rates in the U.S. Visit snhu.edu/morbid to learn more before your degree becomes just another story about what could have been.
One sunny day, a honeybee was merrily buzzing through an orchard when she stopped to collect nectar from a mystery apple blossom. She passed that pollen along to a Honeycrisp tree, and months later, the sugar bee apple was born. Naturally sweet, with layered notes of caramel, honey, molasses, and the perfect crunch. The world has embraced the sugar bee apple. a pure delight for snacking and baking. Download our new free recipe book and find a store near you at hellosugarbee.com. Sugar Bee apples, from bee to you.
And then suddenly I was gone. But they didn't even have to worry, guys. I was literally just off scoring some quality time with my best fiends. I was like, hey, little fiends, what's up? Let's play, let's go, let's defeat these motherfucking slugs. Other people, honestly, they might wonder about your mysterious disappearance, but if you're having as much fun with Best Fiends as I am, like clearly from this read, it is no secret why you sneak off and you try to find time to play. Guys, I don't want to like discourage you or anything, but I am pretty up there on the levels. Like, I am going ham sandwich at this point. Because the thing is, Best Fiends, it's super fun to play, and it's a free to download mobile puzzle game with thousands of exciting levels for new adventures and challenges every single time you play. There are dozens of unique fiends to collect, although mine happen to be the cutest, so like literally don't even come for me, don't even try. But you can customize your team of fiends to defeat the menacing slugs. I told you, let's mess them up. Power up your favorite fiends to new levels of even more powerful skills and watch them transform as they get even stronger. It's also super fun to evolve them. I love doing that. It's like watching I don't know, it's just beautiful. I couldn't think of what do they call that? I want to say metabolism, but it's actually metaphor. Anyways, with offline play, you'll never be stranded without fun, even if you lose your internet connection. Brand new events and challenges pop up all year round. They're always super fun, and they're always themed for like whatever holiday it is, and I think it's super cute. And you've always got a chance to earn exclusive in-game items, characters, and rewards, which you're going to need to defeat those slugs, baby. Download your new favorite getaway Best Fiends for free today on the App Store or Google Play. You'll even get $5 worth of in-game rewards when you reach level 5. Oh, that's friends without the R, Best Fiends. So there's a lot of stories about the Lightkeepers who have lived and run the lighthouses over the years, but there's a few major stories that you'll always hear when you bring up Seguin Lighthouse. Now, the first tale comes from the U.S. Coast Guard, who was staying in the lighthouse in 1985 when they were dismantling the light, and unfortunately, we were just talking about it, it was going to become automated.
Lame.
So, I know, like, boo.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Right? So part of the process in like dismantling the light and getting the place automated, they wanted to take the furniture from the keeper's house and kind of relocate it, probably put it in storage, which is so sad because it was probably so historical. Like it would have been cool to look at later.
I know, no one cares about cool antique furniture anymore.
Come on.
What the hell?
But
We care.
Yeah, right? We care.
We're here.
So one officer was sleeping after a long day of work, and all of a sudden he wakes up to his bed like violently shaking. And he gets brave enough to finally open his eyes after a minute of just his shaking bed. And he sees this apparition at the end of the bed, dressed in oilskins, like the fish stick guy or the guy from Now and Then with the big yellow coat.
I'm not going to lie. When you first said that, I was like, what the hell? The image that flew into my brain was like this giant eel just standing at the end of the bed or something.
Yes.
Right? I was like,
An oilskin? Like, what is that?
I had no idea where you were going with that. I was like, I don't even know what I'm picturing.
like, what's happening?
When I first read that, I was like, oilskins, what could that be? And I Google it, and that like yellow rain jacket pops up, and I'm
That
like, oh, the
makes
fish
sense.
stick guy. I get
The
it
Gordon
now.
the Fisherman.
a little less scary.
Yeah. A little less like weird and dark than what I was thinking.
Right. And then I was like, if you don't like fish sticks, you have to like the movie Now and Then, so you'll recognize
That's
that
very
guy.
true.
But anyway, so he's dressed up like that. He's at the end of the bed shaking the damn thing. And then he just yells out at the man, "Don't take my furniture. Please leave my home alone."
Aw.
And vanishes.
Don't take his furniture.
That's what everybody was saying. They were like, why would you take his furniture then?
Oh,
He likes the antique furniture too.
he does.
He likes the way he set it up, you know?
Oh man, I feel like he's like, it's like in Beetlejuice when they just have to watch their house be like turned into this terrible like modern house.
Yes.
That's him. He's like, I don't want this.
I know you watch that and you're like, does that really happen? Because that'd be such a bummer.
Oh God, I know.
I would hate that.
That you just have to watch people destroy your home.
Yeah, like get out of here.
You need
And take your
Juno in
furniture.
here. Get Juno the caseworker in on it.
Honestly. So the unfortunate thing though was that the ship with the furniture had already been loaded up and it was leaving the island the next morning.
Not cool.
But strangely enough, the ship that was carrying all of the furniture that obviously belonged in the keeper's house sank as soon as it was lowered into the water.
Oh.
That's somehow sadder.
It is sadder, but you're like, did he make that happen as like a... I don't know why he would want to sink his furniture, but I think he was just mad. It's like when a toddler throws a temper
I can't
tantrum.
have it, no one can.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, he saw it going and he's like, well, I can't stop it now. Oh, wait, I can. I'm a ghost.
Right.
And there it goes.
He was just like, whatever.
Can't have that anymore.
Nobody can have it. But the weird thing is that people who visit the lighthouse now, while like you can spend the night, I guess, or there was a point in time where you could, and they'll hear the furniture being moved in the night. And like it sounds like somebody's rearranging the entire place, and then they wake up and everything is just as it was, like not changed at all.
Spooky.
Oh,
Super
very
creepy.
spooky.
I would also be so annoyed if I woke up in the middle of the night to like a renovation going on.
I would not be happy.
I feel like if you live in an apartment and your upstairs neighbors at 3 a.m.
Yes.
just moving their couch and their whole
Yes.
room around, it's like, excuse me,
Somebody lives below you.
You take the broom and hit the ceiling.
the top. Yeah.
Yep. Oh God, I almost like crashed through my ceiling in the first apartment I lived in doing that because it was like not well constructed, but they were so loud, so it was necessary.
They deserved it.
Yeah, they sure did.
Just a broom is right through their kitchen floor.
Just like impale somebody's foot by accident.
Hey, you're loud.
That'll quiet you down. So the other hauntings, or this one that I'm about to talk about, is somehow more terrifying. So there was another keeper back in the day, and this was back in the 1800s. There's also like no proof that this ever happened, but I say it did. So
I believe you.
yeah,
I trust
I'm
you.
the authoritarian on this lighthouse. Okay, I've never been there, but I know.
You just feel it.
So this story says that there's a keeper who's moving in, and his wife really loved socializing. She was like a socialite. So she's like, I'm going to miss my friends, and I'm going to miss going out all the time because, again, the water is really rough around here. She can't leave that often, and especially in the winter.
It's
It just-
always
yes.
vomiting.
There's
The
all the
water's
vomit.
vomiting all upon you. And she's like, I'm not really into this. But her husband was like, well, I need a job, so this is what we have to do. So realizing that his wife needed a distraction, the keeper was like, I'm going to get her a piano and she can learn how to play piano. So she starts, and it was really the only thing she could do throughout the day other than cook, clean, and watch the water vomit onto the beach. So can we really blame her for becoming obsessed with learning how to play piano? We love
No.
a queen with a hobby.
Yeah, she just gets hyper focused. I feel that.
Same,
I do
right?
the same thing on things I like.
Yeah, she just loved it.
Yeah.
But there was one problem. She only knew how to play one song. And
Okay.
apparently she loved that song so much that it was the only song she would ever play. Day
Okay.
in, day out, same song on loop.
I can blame her
Yeah.
for that. I'm
Yeah.
blaming her because that's not. I feel like that was almost a little like dig.
Maybe she was trying to get out of there.
I think that she was like, I'm a socialite and I'm telling you I'm sad I'm not going to be able to go out on the town. And you bought me a piano to play solitarily in my home.
She actually
So I'm just going to learn one song and I'm going to play this one song until I drive you absolutely mad.
I feel like it was
This
like
was her torture for her husband.
Yeah,
She's
it definitely
like, "All right."
was.
I think this was like a passive aggressive long game. that
she
was
learned
playing.
F You by Miley Cyrus on the piano and played the instrumental version only.
Wow.
I actually couldn't find what song it was, but anyway, so she's driving her husband absolutely crazy. He's like, please, maybe I could get you a book of music. You could learn another song. It will be wonderful. You're so great at playing this piano, but I'd love to hear a different song.
Stop torturing me.
And she was like, nah, I love this song, man. Miley kills it. So he gets so irritated and so nuts over it that one night he grabs an axe and he just starts demolishing the piano, rips the thing to pieces. And she's yelling at him and he's not done yet. He takes the axe to her
Oh, overreaction.
and murders her.
Whoa.
And then he eventually killed himself after. Some people say that he did so with the axe. I'm not really buying that.
Logistically.
Logistically, I don't think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, explain to me how that happens.
Yeah. Another means, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But people who visit the lighthouse today say, or even if they're like in a boat near the water, they'll hear that same melody playing.
Ooh, spooky.
Super weird. And other people say that you'll still see the keeper roaming around the grounds, still carrying the axe and covered in blood splatter.
Oh,
Oh, that's a ghost I do not want to come across.
No, especially not as the sea is vomiting in the background.
No, that's just like overstimulation. Too much.
It really is.
And there's one
direction do you
song
go?
on repeat over and over and over.
Oh,
And
that song replaying, the ocean vomiting, and then this guy covered in blood holding an axe. I'd be like, no.
What's that called? It's
This
like
could be an entire horror movie.
It literally could.
honestly, they should shoot one there. That's a good idea.
Somebody
TM.
needs, oh, yeah.
It's like overload though. Like with
Yeah, it's
all
like
that.
overstimulation. It's like, I can't
couldn't think
handle
of
it.
that. Exactly. So another paranormal being that people claim to see is way more innocuous. She's a little girl and she seems to love the visitors. She's like super social with them. She'll run around the lighthouse during the tours and she'll wave and smile. But then people will be like, oh, whose kid is that? And they're like, what kid are you talking about? And then they're like, oh, that's the little girl. Like, she's not real. She's not on the same plane as us. No.
I love how casual that. Oh, she's just on a different plane, everybody.
Yeah, she's fake.
Don't worry
no
about it.
worries.
Fine. Yeah, it's totally fine.
So there are people who claim that the little girl was actually buried on the island, and that's why she haunts the lighthouse.
Dark.
But I'm not sure how true that is. I think that people might have the story confused because there was once a keeper, Walter F. Stevens. He was the keeper in like the late 50s into the early 60s, and he lost a daughter while he was working there, but it didn't happen like on the lighthouse grounds. He was with the Coast Guard and he was stationed to man the lighthouse, and so he couldn't leave when his wife went into preterm labor. And it was September of 1959, and his wife Mary had to travel into Bath, Maine and give birth. But unfortunately, her and Walter's baby didn't make it. And they named her Linda Jo, and they buried her in Oak Grove Cemetery in Bath, Maine.
Oh, okay.
And there's like a little marker to like remember her. But I kind of wonder if like her little spirit stayed with her family at the lighthouse, and I don't know how she grew up over time there, but maybe she did, and then she paused and she just said, I want to be a little girl forever and hang out in this lighthouse.
I mean,
that tracks.
I think it yeah, it seems legit to me.
I don't know who else this little girl could be because I was like looking through records of deaths here and no little girls died in the lighthouse. Yeah, so I think it's her.
Maybe she was just...
there is something about little kids haunting places because by nature kids are awesome, like cute, fun, lighthearted, but when they're a spirit, it's
creepy.
Like when
as fuck.
Cassie and I stayed at the Crescent Hotel.
Ooh.
We stayed there, and like out of all the ghosts, there was a ghost child. I'm like, if I see this ghost child, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I can't. Anyone but the kid.
Yeah.
Anybody but the kid.
That's exactly how I feel. I hate ghost children. It freaks me out whenever somebody says, like, we stayed at the Lizzie Borden house in Fall River. And they told us we were sleeping on the top floor in like this attic bedroom, which already was like, ooh, no go.
They showed us the room and I was like, I'm not
like,
sleeping
this is
here.
not gonna work. But we were like, sure, yeah, totally. And then we were like, weird, there's like a little trunk with toys in it. Like, what's that about?
In the Lizzie Borden house.
And they were like, oh, there was like a neighbor kid. What was the story?
It was horrible. It was like there was a few
horrific.
Yeah, there was a few children that lived next door and they died in like a brutal house fire. And I think some of them must have been running to like the Lizzie Borden house to get away from the fire, but like didn't make it or something, and that's how they ended up over there.
Yeah, and it's so they leave toys out for these kids, and they'll say like the kids will play with the toys and like roll balls in the middle of the night, and we were like, nope. Like, we were just like, I'm out. We literally stayed in the living room downstairs awake all night. We were like, we are not sleeping in that room.
We abandoned that room with like ghost kids playing with toys to sleep on the couch where Lizzie like allegedly murdered her father. So
we were like, this is better.
You have to choose, right? You have to choose.
That's how much I am not into ghost kids.
No, just so creepy. But they do say that kids and just like spirits in general will go back to a place where they were the happiest.
Yeah.
So maybe this little girl was like from somewhere else and she had just visited the lighthouse and that's how she ended up there.
Or maybe she was like the kid of like one of the families there and she didn't die in the lighthouse. She just really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
Who knows?
Yeah. So that's just like heartbreaking and sad. So we'll finish it off with the fact that serpents might be lurking beneath the waters in front of the lighthouse.
Okay. In front of the vomiting lighthouse. There's also serpents in the waves.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why the sea vomits, because the serpents are, like making it a little nauseous.
Yeah, they're doing motion
Is it
sickness.
a serpent like snake, or are we talking like Champ or Nessie serpent?
Like a sea serpent.
Like a sea
Loch
serpent.
Ness
Like definitely
monster.
like Nessie.
Okay.
Okay.
I was picturing small ones like Sharknado, like the waves come up and all of the.
And they're just like ding, ding, ding.
No, this is a big guy. And this happened in 1875. A captain, and I guess there was only one member of his crew, so 2 dudes, they claimed to see a 130-foot long serpent.
That's big.
That's a big boy.
Big.
That's a big boy.
He just bopped his head over the side of their boat. And now here's the thing.
That's adorable.
That's what I said. That was my first response, is that 130-foot long serpent was probably adorable. And the fact that he booped his head over is great. But they didn't really think so. I think he was just saying hi. Maybe he was going to eat them. But before asking what he was there to do, the captain hit him with a pike and scared him off. Luckily, he didn't kill him.
You should just say, like, kind sir, what brings you here today?
That's how I felt. But another report of a serpent comes from the Morning Herald, and that stated, quote, "The monster was lazily floating along the water when sighted, occasionally lifting its head to look around, and appeared to be making itself at home in that vicinity."
Good for him.
And I'm like, it just seems like he's
Living
hanging
his
out.
best life.
Yeah, he's not hurting anybody. He just wanted to say, what's up?
I love that he just booped his head over. Like, I just think
so cute.
And I don't know why I'm getting so many visuals from your storytelling. Like,
I'm
great
glad.
job.
Thanks.
But because I just pictured this like floppy ass serpent just like boop, like just plopping onto the boat.
Just like, hey guys,
Like
what's
a
up?
dog when they're looking for head scratches.
Exactly, and
Just
just
like, "Hey,
plop.
guys."
Right. That's what I was thinking. I would give him a little scratch behind the ears if
They've
he
been
had
like,
them.
get out of here.
Go off in the sea. Go make the sea vomit again. Now, we'll finish it off with a couple of honorable mentions. One goes to a man simply referred to as Old Captain, which makes sense. He's apparently like a really grumpy old dude. He will like move things around if he doesn't like where they are. He'll knock your coat off the hook where people hang their like coats or hats up. He'll literally just knock them down to the ground just to be rude. And some people still see him working around the lighthouse. So at least he's putting work in while also being grumpy. He's probably just mad that he has to work for all of eternity.
Exactly.
And then lastly, honorable mention goes to the foghorn vibrations, which are so intense that they literally yeet seagulls out of the sky.
What?
Yeet the seagulls out of the sky because they're so
Vibrations
intense.
just punch sky rats out of the sky.
Yeah, you know how like the keepers will leave like a log of things? This guy was writing it down. He was like, at one point there was just 50 seagulls laying at the foot of the lighthouse because of the vibrations.
Just knocked him down.
I hope they were just like knocked out.
Yeah.
You know, I hope they lived.
Hopefully it's quick. Yeah.
It was just
Quick little cat nap.
Yeah. Wow.
So that is Seguin Lighthouse, guys.
Wow, Seguin
Right, so-
brought it.
Remind me to never go there.
Yeah.
Never
that's a
go
lot.
there, or let's all go together.
Well, yeah. That's
Only
fair.
Are
together.
you gonna sleep in the lighthouse with the furniture moving around?
No, we'll go for a day trip, guys.
I would sleep in the room where the guy was like, don't move my furniture, because I'd be like, listen, let's sit down.
Let's
Because
have a
I
chat.
agree with you. Like, I'd be like, you can tell me your woes. I get it.
Are you gonna
I wish
find
that
his
Victorian.
furniture?
Yeah, I'd be like, I want that old antique furniture. Let's get it.
Yeah, we can pull like a Titanic.
Yeah, let's go.
The sea just vomits up a couch.
Yes. like this sick Victorian looking couch. I'd be like,
love it.
yes,
That
there
would be
it is.
amazing.
Perfectly preserved. It's like, here you go.
Lands upright.
It's a peace offering. It's like,
It
I
is.
brought you this.
I've
like,
regurgitated this to you.
Have your couch back, sir. Just take off that ugly yellow coat.
yeah, your fish skin.
What is it? The
Oil skins.
Oil, yeah. Oil
They
skin.
just wrote that like we were supposed to know. I was like, an oil skin?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Just gave weird visuals, man.
It did.
I'm just glad it's not what I was picturing.
Me too. Because I was
Same.
like, wow, that's a lot scarier.
Yeah, guys, that's why I looked it up right away. I was like, what am I about to tell them? And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine.
It's about to get
It's like
weird
we get
in
it
here.
now. The yellow rubber suit. We got it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
You know?
Way better.
Way better.
Okay. Do you want to go? Am I going or do you want to go, Cassie?
Yeah.
I guess I do have a little intro to our national park lighthouses.
Do
I
it.
guess let's just go for that. All right. So we are going to be covering lighthouses within the national park system. And well, kind of. I kind of dragged that out a little bit.
You veered off the
It's a
path.
stretch. But well, when you hear national park, immediately like a lot of people's minds goes right to I don't know, like Yellowstone, Zion, Yosemite, like these big, huge expanses of protected wilderness that you can go visit and hike and camp in. And while we love places like Yellowstone and Zion and Yosemite, the national park system is actually so much more than that. In the US alone, the National Park Service has over 400 units. So this includes not just wilderness places like those parks I just mentioned, but there's historical parks, there's battlefields, there's parkways, lake shores, monuments. Like there's so much that the National Park Service has up its sleeve.
That's so cool.
I know, that really is. I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, in New England, there's so, like, when you think of New England for a national park, what do you think of?
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I am so bad at
guys.
this.
Oh, Lord. Like, I didn't study.
Borderlands?
It's like when you have that nightmare where they ask you, like, they're like, pop quiz, and you're like, ah! And then all of a sudden you're naked.
Okay, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It's in Maine.
In Maine.
This park is in Maine. And
I'm going to feel real stupid when you say the name of it.
I have a sweatshirt that says indoorsy, so I feel like I'm exempt from this assignment.
Okay. It's on there is a lighthouse in it. There's multiple, so it's on the ocean. And it rhymes with Schmishmadia.
Acadia.
Yep, nailed it.
Got it.
Knew I was going to feel dumb when I heard that.
Wait, that's actually hilarious because I know a girl that just named her daughter that because she
did.
loves that park so much.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't think of
And
that.
we just talked about that yesterday.
because she was literally just born.
There it
Awesome.
is.
That is really cool.
Right?
Wow. That's a really
cool
pretty name, too,
I know, and she's so
Acadia.
cute.
I know, isn't that a cool thing to do?
I think they're going to call her Katie for short.
Yeah.
Aw, I love that.
Wow. Inspiration. Okay.
I'm like slightly mad I'm not named that.
Like, wait a second.
Mom.
Change your name.
So, well, good job. You got it.
Look, we got it. Nailed it. Nailed it.
So amongst the protected areas of the national park system, there are nearly 50 lighthouses within the park system itself.
Oh, wow.
So obviously we know that lighthouses were originally constructed to help aid sailors during stormy weather and poor visibility conditions. But even when they are no longer needed to fulfill their primary duty, they hold a huge amount of historic and cultural value, and the National Park Service wants in on that, and they want to preserve that. So Congress passed the National Historic Lighthouse Preservation Act in 2000, which basically creates a process for the U.S. Coast Guard to transfer ownership of different lighthouses that were deemed no longer necessary over to other federal agencies like the National Park System. And fun fact, if that process happens and the National Park System is like, we actually don't want this lighthouse, they will be put up for sale. So you can buy them.
What?
Let's get a
You
lighthouse.
can buy your own lighthouse.
Let's all buy a lighthouse.
Let's name it
so if you have a couple
Schmishmadia.
mil,
Oh, okay. Let's not buy a lighthouse.
Never mind. Plan aborted.
yeah. So if you have a couple million laying around in spare change, just go on and
buy
see
a
if
lighthouse.
there's a lighthouse. Yeah, that you
Okay.
want.
I love that.
So
some eccentric millionaire is just going to be like, oh, all right.
I'm sure it's already happened.
It had
I'm
to have.
sure there are some privately owned lighthouses that are just like a wild Airbnb or something
Oh,
like
that'd be
that.
so cool.
And someone who's really into creepy ghost stories because
Oh, yeah.
there's no lighthouse that doesn't have some type of story.
Yeah. You,
Exactly.
you have to want to be haunted to own a lighthouse.
To welcome
Right.
the haunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, business idea like TM.
There you go.
lighthouses, like
Off the coast of like around Salem-ish, somewhere.
Yes. Oh,
That'd be perfect.
Haunted lighthouse tour.
TM.
So, TM. So, Cassie and I chose lighthouses, obviously, but I chose mine out where I am right now in the West Coast. So I chose a lighthouse that I've actually been to, kind of. Again, stretching it. Kind. So I am going to be covering the Tillamook Rock Lighthouse, and her nickname is Terrible Tilly.
Ooh, love that.
Terrible
Love
Tilly.
So obviously similar to like my real life, from the East Coast, but drawn to the Pacific Northwest. So let's go. My obviously it is a bit of a stretch. It's not part of the national park system, and I haven't actually physically visited Terrible Tilly, but I saw her.
I saw her though.
Okay, you were
Saw her
there.
from a national park, right?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
there it
Connection
is.
made.
Okay. Yep. Let's explain this connection.
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially, I was gazing at her from afar when I was on a trail that's managed by the National Park Service. So as far as the trail that I was on, it's called the Lewis and Clark National Historic Trail. And I kind of want to like ask you, when you think of a national park trail, what you think of. And I just from that last conversation, I feel like you're not going to know the answer.
You're going to get a great answer
Like a
here.
pop quiz right now.
I would say, so a trail?
Yep. So it's like one of the longest trails, most popular trails that people hike.
I'm going to think about like, you know, any little parks, like state parks that I've been to. And I'd say it's like, you know, wildernessy.
There's dirt.
There's dirt.
There's rocks.
I'm going to say there's some trail markers along the way,
Orange tape.
perhaps. Orange tape.
So
I don't know. That's a marker.
There you go.
So the most widely known trail in the national park system is the Appalachian Trail. So
I
the
know that
AT.
one.
Yes. So there we go. We're getting somewhere,
See?
you guys.
Connections
this is
made.
Great. This is great. So the AT is about 2,000 miles long. It goes from Georgia to Maine. But the one that I was on, the Lewis and Clark National Historic Trail, is a lot longer. It's about 5,000 miles, and it goes from Pennsylvania to Oregon.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
And yeah, so it's not a continuous dirt trail like the AT is. It's actually a combination of trails and roadways. And the National Park Service proposed it in the 40s. So it follows along the original expedition route of Lewis and Clark.
Oh, that's
so
cool. I love that.
Yeah. So obviously I didn't do all 5,000 miles.
No.
Why not? Two.
We want reasons. Why not?
So I did about two of them, and we were Ian and I, my partner and I, we were at the very end of it, where it ends onto the sea onto the Pacific, and that's when I saw Terrible Tilly.
There she was.
So there she was.
There she blows
In all her glory.
So when I first saw it, I was like, "What is that?" Because it looked like obviously it was a big rock, and there was like a speck on it, and I used my zoom lens to look at it. I'm like, oh shit, that's a lighthouse, and it looks creepy as hell.
I need to know more.
I needed to know more, and this was over a year ago now, so I was right. I found out I was right. So as far as Terrible Tilly goes, she was built quite a long time ago, as all lighthouses are. She began construction in 1878 when Congress appropriated about $50,000 to help aid navigation of this particularly dangerous area of the coast. So this area is renowned for its unpredictable weather and dangerous sea conditions, and it's dubbed the Columbia Bar, but that's because there's a bunch of bars and shoals at the mouth of the Columbia River where the river meets the sea. So it's super tumultuous. It's very rocky coastline. Like when you think of a beach, you're not thinking of the right thing. There's no sandy.
You're not sunbathing here.
No, very much like Acadia, actually. A lot of rocky coastline. So it's actually also known as one of the most dangerous bar crossings in the world.
Oh, wow.
There are over 2,000 documented shipwrecks here, and more than 700 people have lost their lives here. It also marks the southernmost location of the Graveyard of the Pacific, which stretches from this location up and north into Vancouver Island. So this solid basalt rock that is towering about 100 feet out of the sea, just over a mile off of the shore, was chosen for this lighthouse, despite beliefs by the local indigenous communities that this small island in the Pacific was cursed and riddled with evil.
Ooh.
That's always the case.
Yeah.
Everybody's always like, hey, that is evil and it's not going to be a good place to build something. And everyone's like, let's build something.
That sounds great.
Yeah, probably not that bad.
They're like, okay, how about we don't do that? We've been actually avoiding that place for thousands of years.
Yeah.
So
We've successfully kept the evil over there. there. Can you just not touch it?
Don't mess with that.
And we're like, nah, it's fine.
Your home should show off who you are. Now is the time to boldly write the newest chapter in your home story. And your main character? It's Ashley. Ashley has styles that balance timeless appeal and modern trends to bring your personal look home. Yes, these are well-crafted and affordable pieces with eye-catching design, but they're also built to stand up to real life. With features like stain-resistant performance fabric, options that are incredibly durable, easy to clean, and stain-resistant with machine-washable covers. Plus, Ashley provides fast, reliable, white glove delivery right to your room of choice, so you can style your space without any stress. Ashley was nice enough to send us a bunch of new pieces for my pod lab at my house, and when I tell you they deliver it to your room of choice, unfortunately they did have to deliver to the attic, but they could not have been nicer about it. I got, or was gifted, I should say, the Revion Lake sofa and love seat. It's in this like olive colored velvety fabric. It's so nice. I will say it is so freaking easy to clean because if you know me, you know that I have a white cat and a black cat and then a multicolored cat. The white cat loves to just roll all up on this furniture and leave his hair everywhere, but it's so easy to vacuum. I also got the Meili coffee table. So I have that, like I said, in my attic, but I'm ready to order another one for my living room because this coffee table is so beautiful. It has this like antique old money vibe to it. I absolutely love it. And then finally, I got three actually of the core stone end tables. They have little shelves in them so you can dress them up and, you know, kind of like personalize them to your style. I highly, highly recommend all of the pieces that I got. And I just recommend Ashley in general. It was such an easy process to shop with them and the delivery, all of that from start to finish. It was awesome. Visit your local Ashley store or head to ashley.com to find your style. The Sherwin-Williams summer sale is here. Get 30% off select paints and stains or 35% off their newest product, Emerald Symmetry, July 17th through the 27th. Whether you're looking to refresh your interior or your exterior, they've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Getting paid twice a month doesn't mean money is scarce. It just feels that way. That feeling makes you do weird stuff, like putting things on a card you didn't need to. Earnin removes that feeling. With Earnin, you can access up to $150 per day of money you've already earned, plus up to $1,000 between paychecks. Standard transfers take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees, and expedited transfers start at $3.99 and cap at $5.99. 5 million people are already on it, and honestly, it's wild it didn't exist sooner. Download Earnin on the App Store or Google Play, spelled like earning money without the G. Type in Morbid under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
I love shopping. Like, as we all know, I freaking love shopping. But the thing about shopping online is sometimes you're taking a total gamble. Like, I'm like, I don't know, are these going to fit me? Are these shoes especially? I'm like, are these going to be as comfy as they look? Am I going to have to break them in? Is my pinky toe going to feel weird in them? I don't know. Is there restocking or is it free if I have to send them back? It's a lot to consider. But guess what? Rothy's takes the guesswork out of shoe shopping with comfort right out of the box. Plus, super easy and free returns and exchanges. Transitioning from summer to fall makes it super duper easy. Rothy's makes it super duper easy because they have a ton of colors that work with season after season. Personally, I think it would be a true crime not to wear a pair, but from the unbeatable comfort to the fact that you can actually wash them. Like, you can literally yeet these into your wash machine and boom, they smell like new. So don't even worry if you have stinky feet, not anymore. What more evidence do you need that Rothy's shoes check every single box? I love Rothy's. I now have 3 pairs. I have a cheetah print pair, I have a red pair, and a black pair that has a cute little bow tie, and you should get all of those too and more. Also, the point and the flat from Rothy's may be the usual suspects that you've heard of, but they also, by the way, make insanely comfortable sneakers, loafers, ankle boots. Are you kidding? I'm going to go on the website tonight and more. Their wide variety of styles are great for summer and fall, so you never have to worry about finding brand new shoes for each season. Just wear Rothy's all season year round. The best part is everything Rothy's makes is better for the planet. They've repurposed millions of water bottles into their signature thread that goes into every single one of their products. And let's talk about their products a little bit more. These are the most comfortable shoes that I have ever graced my feet by putting upon them. They are so super soft. I used to wear them all day in the hair salon and my feet would never be feeling rough or sad or cranky or anything like that. They're super durable. I used to walk around the streets of Newbury Street with them. And like, if you know, it's like it's a lot of walking, and they never felt yucky afterwards. And they're just so cute. You can pair them with anything. You can like make an outfit a little bit dressier if you want to put on your pointy toe flat. It's just so cute. Everybody needs a pair of Rothy's. If you don't have one, I literally don't even know what you're doing. Like, you got to get away from me. Just get some Rothy's. Okay? Solve the case of your next favorite summer shoe with Rothy's. Plus, get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/morbid. That's $20 off at rothys.com/morbid.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So obviously the area was rich in resources for indigenous communities, like sea lions and seabirds. They all made a home there. So it was really tempting to go there and utilize that. But because of the evil and the bad juju, they avoided it.
So they know.
Of course. They always know.
They always know.
So despite the warnings, construction went forward. And right off the bat, trouble began.
Yeah, they told you. You didn't listen.
Here we go. So before construction even officially started, a 38-year-old master mason named John Trewavas, the first surveyor of the rock, misstepped from a boat to the rock and was swept out to sea immediately. And his body was never recovered.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
That's day
So it's like,
one.
that's the omen. That's like the first strike. Like,
Oh,
all right.
man.
Not only is that day one, that's like minute one. It wouldn't even let you step foot onto it.
Yeah. Like,
Exactly.
come on.
Like, maybe turn around and go home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go get a snack. It'll be good.
And terrible Tilly does not give warning shots. Like, she's like, nope, like, you're not even getting on the island.
She's like,
it's not
game over.
happening. No way.
Yep. So the local workers were shook, obviously, because they had already heard about this long-standing bad juju surrounding this rock. And now that immediately someone has already lost their life, they didn't want anything to do with this construction. So they actually had to go to surrounding communities to find people to work there.
To con people.
Yes, literally, they're like, oh, no, it's fine.
It's totally fine.
So they finally get a crew together and construction begins in October of 1879, which seems like such a terrible time to start construction in October.
Yeah.
Off the coast of Oregon, because this is a rock that's a mile and a half out into the ocean. It's not on the shore.
Right.
So
And
it's
you're like
why
heading
are we
into winter. You're like, yeah,
Right. Like,
this is a great
what are we
idea.
doing
Rainy
here?
season.
Yeah.
Rainy season.
Yeah.
It's already terrible. Some of the worst weather in the world is here. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, what's happening here?
They decided it was a good idea and they went forward with it. They built supply houses and a mixture of just different wooden and canvas shelters on the rock. And blasting began because, of course, this rock isn't flat, because why would it be? So they had to use dynamite to just obliterate the top of this rock.
No.
Woof.
There's so
So
many
they
bad
used-
things happening here.
So they used dynamite for months just to get it flat enough to start construction.
God.
They
Man.
really want this lighthouse.
They
Yeah.
need it bad.
They were not
And the
listening to any of the obstacles that the universe was putting in their way. Like, the universe was literally like, what about this? Maybe you'll stop. No? Okay.
No,
Let's
okay,
just
we're
blow
going to keep
everything
going.
up. It'll
Next
happen.
thing. Yeah.
Yep. And then the crew members had to kill all the sea lions to make way for the lighthouse.
No.
I'm out.
Yep. So they killed all the sea lions, and then all the seabirds are like, we're staying clear of that. So now this once lively rock, this big place for like all these sea creatures and birds, now it's dynamite. It's bad.
Oh, that's awful.
Now it's like desolate.
Yeah.
That's awful.
It's desolate. Everything's disrupted.
Now it's
and
human.
It's only, It's human.
No, it's human.
It's representative of a lot of things, I think, now looking at it. So, and it's small. It's only about an acre large.
Oh,
so
wow.
this is a tiny little place.
Damn.
The living conditions were miserable. The long hours of heavy labor, cramped living conditions, limited rations, constant sea spray, incessant foghorn blows, sweeping winds, and the constant dampness made for really low morale and very high tensions. Because, again, we were talking about the same song over and over. It's like the foghorns and then the sea spray. Just imagine consistently getting...
I could not handle that. I would be so stressed out.
No, it's like when I went tubing when we were in New Hampshire or in the Berkshires recently. I kept getting sprayed with the thing, and I was like getting so annoyed. And I was doing something fun, so I can't imagine that happening with like manual labor involved.
So 4 months into construction, a storm rolled in that caused massive, relentless waves battering the island. So it's not just sea spray anymore; it's huge, massive waves. Combined with the torrential downpours and the strong winds that often reached over 100 miles an hour, after several exhausting days of this storm rolling in and trying to battle the elements, finally, the men called it. After that, they're like, okay, they're holding, I imagine them holding like something in 100 mile an hour.
Like holding onto some pole.
So they called it. The superintendent finally said, all right, let's just hunker down for a little bit. They get inside their shelters. And as the weather worsened, the waves were so powerful, they were slamming into the rock and breaking off these huge chunks of like fist-sized rock hurtling through the air.
Oh my God.
There were so many warning signs, y'all.
So
And
many
imagine
things.
how hard those waves had to be for it to like chip rock off of an island.
Chip rock off of a rock.
Yeah, off of an actual rock. Like, damn.
Slamming into the shelters. And of course, a lot of them are in the canvas-sided shelters, like tents. So they braced themselves inside for more than 2 days trying to wait out this storm, which actually clocked in at hurricane force.
Oh, wow.
So they finally come out, and thankfully all the men were accounted for. No one had lost their life. However, the storm had demolished many of their structures, a lot of what they were working on. It swept away all of their tools, all of their provisions, and their freshwater tank.
Wow.
I'd be like, I'm out, guys.
You're not supposed to be there, guys.
Yep.
Just imagine being in a tent during a hurricane.
No.
Nope.
Like
and
normally you want to be in a basement or something.
Yeah,
and
in
you're
a tent
cloth
on a
tent.
rock in the middle of the ocean in a hurricane.
this is
not
fine.
ideal. Yeah, this is probably fine.
So the storm relented, but it hadn't ceased, meaning that it wasn't safe for help to reach them because, again, they're 1.5 miles out into the ocean. You can't just get on a boat and come up and help them. So they're stranded. And the storm keeps going, and the men were stranded on this island for almost 2 full weeks before anybody was able to help them.
God,
With
that's a
no fresh water
nightmare.
either.
Or food.
Or food. Good.
How did they
Good,
survive?
great.
How did you not just like jump off?
Rainwater.
Oh my God.
Water.
Oh,
Wow.
Because
And
of the
that's
storm.
it.
Wow.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
For your
So-
troubles.
rainwater for your troubles.
imagine the pay back then too. They're like, here's a nickel.
Yeah, literally.
They like flick it, when they're like, here,
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not
They're
even
like,
money.
"Oh,
It's just like a
yes, thank
circular
you."
piece of tin. They're like, here
Spend
you
it all
go.
in one place.
It's like a shilling.
Yeah.
So construction continued because why not? We've
Of
gotten
course.
this far. And on day 525, which brings us to January 3rd of 1881, just 18 days prior to its actual completion, tragedy struck again. The British ship, the Lupiata, was navigating through a storm. The winds were, shocker, really strong. There was a thick fog hanging above the water, and unknown to the crew on the ship, they were dangerously close to the rock. On Tillamook Rock, a small group of the crew heard voices through the fog, and they saw like a faint red light through the darkness and the fog, and they rushed to go to the tower because the tower is complete, but there's no light there.
Oh, no.
So they're lighting lanterns and
God.
they started bonfires on the rock trying to get the attention. Like, hey,
You're too close. You're going to
here.
hit this rock.
Yep. And they were shouting and trying to get the attention of the crew, but it was just too late. The ship smashed into the shallows, and as night gave into day, it was clear that there was no hope for the ship, the Lupiata, or her crew. 12 bodies washed up onto the beach, and 4 of the crew members were never recovered. But there was a sole survivor found on the beach, shivering and exhausted for over a mile paddle to safety through the rough waters. And it was the ship's dog.
Oh, stop. I love that the dog, does the dog die.com?
Yeah.
No.
The answer is no. Sole survivor.
I read it was like a sheepdog type
That's
of breed.
exactly
like
what I
that.
pictured in my head.
I pictured, as soon as I read that, I thought of Max from Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
Oh, yes. Oh my God.
little
Yes.
shaggy
The
dog?
shaggy
Yup.
dog. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Like
So
shaggy.
cute.
Because it also survives a shipwreck.
Yeah.
Truth.
That dog is hardy.
Yep. So 18 days later, after this disaster, on January 21st of 1882, Tillamook Light was officially lit. And at the time, it was the most expensive lighthouse to be built on the West Coast. And that was coming in at around $112,000, which is about $3.2 million today.
Damn.
Lightkeepers were assigned to duty, but for much shorter rotations than the typical professional length of stay because it was so rough there. The living conditions sucked. No one wanted to stay there for a prolonged period of time. So they only stayed about 2 months at a time. And one of the keepers, Thomas Jones, slipped and fell 35 feet while painting the lighthouse and lost his life. So she claimed another life.
Oy.
And as the decades went on, so too did the storms and relentless onslaught of nature, which would often ravage the entire island, smashing the lighthouse, its windows, and its entire structure. In 1934, the worst storm on record pummeled the entire Pacific Northwest. It sent boulders flying into the lighthouse, smashing the lens of the lighthouse, flooding the building, and bringing in fish and debris from the ocean all the way into the lighthouse.
Just
That
kidding.
is
There were just
a
like
mess.
fish flying through the windows.
Oh my God. Like a fish in a boulder just come flying through a window.
You're like, hello? Like
Like,
you're holding
okay.
The lighthouse keeper's like, oh, dinner.
The waves were reaching over 100 feet above the lighthouse, which is already
wow.
100 feet above the water.
That's horrifying.
If you Google Terrible Tilly, there are classic pictures of just
I'm going.
like these waves ravaging this entire building.
Don't mind if I do.
Now I have to see.
Yep, go ahead. You got to look. You got to take a good look.
Oh my God. No thanks.
So the lamp was replaced after all of the smashing about, and it remained operational for another 23 years before the Coast Guard shut it down in September of 1957, deeming it unnecessary, obviously with the advent of new radar technology, at which point it gained another title, most expensive lighthouse in the country to maintain. So she's getting a lot of records here.
She's expensive.
She is expensive.
Yep. So Terrible Tilly was bought and sold to several private investors throughout the years. Like I said, you can buy lighthouses, and it changed hands several times. For example, in the 70s, a General Electric executive actually bought and repaired the lighthouse in hopes of using it as a second home. Like,
oh, honey,
Doesn't sound
no.
very like tranquil. Like, hey, let's set up camp here.
Yeah.
Great
no.
But
places
he
for the
only
kids to
spent-
play.
only spent one night before changing his mind.
I bet.
That was a
This is
smart
awful.
idea.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised it even lasted a full night.
Yep, terrible idea. So he changed that real quick. So maybe the TM, maybe we shouldn't do Terrible Tilly.
Yeah, maybe not.
Un-TM that. And even one time she was featured as a luxury gift in the Neiman Marcus Christmas
Are
catalog.
you kidding me right now?
So
Tilly.
random.
Tilly.
She's all
Look
over
at
the
her.
map.
She is.
Wow.
Most recently, it was sold in 1980 to a real estate developer named Mimi Morsetti, who gutted most of the lighthouse and converted it into a columbarium named Eternity at Sea.
Ooh.
And a columbarium is somewhere where you house urns.
Yeah, that honestly, kind of the perfect place.
Kind of.
But aren't they going to like smash when all the waves go through and the boulders come through the windows?
I forgot about that.
Doesn't seem like the safest place.
You know what?
there's
I'm looking at
also
a very tranquil picture of it right now, and I was like, that looks great. That would be great to do that.
Yeah, and the picture I have of it, because I took a very nice picture of it, and she looks pretty good. She
Yeah.
does look good.
She
I
looks
got
good.
her on a good day. So Mimi, her whole goal was to create this repository for up to 300,000 urns.
Jesus.
Saying, I don't know what awareness we have after death, but if there is any awareness, I can't think of a more beautiful or romantic place as I view the Oregon coastline and the wildlife flying by.
I can. And I've never even been there.
Like, I get the vibe. Like, I get that feeling, but I'm like, do you remember that this piece of rock is like super cursed though and evil?
And this
like,
place is treacherous as fuck. That's not nice.
like, no.
And you can't even go visit. Like,
Yeah.
you can't even go visit it easily.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like a calm, resting place where you
No.
can visit your loved ones. It's like, you might die, but go ahead. Try
But
it
go
out.
ahead.
Yeah.
Go try to say goodbye.
Go surf a 100-foot wave onto
Yeah.
the lighthouse.
See if you land.
brother.
So she was somewhat successful in her goal, but due to a lot of legal battles, her license to operate was revoked, and Terrible Tilly is once again sitting abandoned. As of today, there are still about 30 urns that are inside of the lighthouse
Stop
that is
it.
slowly being returned to the elements. And the sea has continued its slow destruction of the lighthouse. Birds have flown through the windows again. Sea lions have pushed their way back inside through the
I'm
rusted
looking at a
doors.
picture of a bunch of them just lounging.
They're back. They're back and they're better than ever.
They're back, baby. There's periodic flooding of the building as high waves repeatedly hammer the rock. And if you're thinking like, oh, like, I'm kind of sad for Tilly, you know, she's been through some shit. And, you know, again, you're like, maybe I want to start my investment in Terrible
Into
Tilly.
Tilly.
You can totally buy her as of March of this year, 2022. She's for sale for $6.5 million.
Oh, guys, you
So-
hear that?
I'm surprised they're not just
There's
like
our-
giving her to people at this point. Just
Like,
take her.
Someone take
Someone,
this.
please.
Yeah.
So she has some drawbacks. She still has 30 urns. She has no electricity, no drinking water, no sewage system.
Ooh.
She needs some major renovations because, you know, sea lions.
Yeah, you know.
And of course, she comes with some paranormal activity
Of
as
course
well.
she does.
And you might die on the way there.
There's also that. Yeah.
Honestly, just give her away for like a cheesecake gift card or something.
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
like you got a cheesecake gift card, you can have Terrible Tilly. She's yours.
So almost all reports of paranormal activity come from previous keepers, workers, or members of the Coast Guard. However, every year, beachgoers looking from shore have also reported some sightings to the Cannon Beach History Center, as people every year have reported seeing full-body apparitions of people walking around the rock or the light shining from its long abandoned tower.
Ooh.
Other reports from previous employees include seeing ghost ships appear and disappear, even on clear nights surrounding the rock. So no trickery with fog. They see full-ass ships coming by and then disappearing.
That would be awesome.
I would be down
I feel
for a
like
ghost
that
ship.
one would be awesome. Because you just be like,
'Cause there's
whoa, look at
no-
that ship. And then it's just gone. And you're like, wow, okay.
There's no like personal
Experience.
interaction.
Yeah, exactly.
you
I'm
know?
like, that was just an experience. That was fun.
Yep. And you can't really. You're like, I just saw a whole ass ship.
Yeah,
It
like,
wasn't
that
like
was-
a flutter in
No.
the corner of your eye.
Like, we cannot mistake this. That was a ship. I just saw.
There's been moans, whispers, and chatter heard throughout the tower, and one previous keeper reported being chased and even pushed down the stairs by an unseen force.
Ooh, rude.
Oof.
One former employee, a U.S. Coast Guard member named James Gibbs, had one of the scariest nights of his entire life in a lighthouse. He was asleep when he was awakened by a noise, unsure of what he heard and kind of writing it off as just the sea doing its thing outside of his window. But then he started hearing footsteps, like the heel to toe
Nope.
across this dark room. Because again, no electricity.
No, thank you.
And it was coming in his direction. He was freaked out, he was starting to panic. And then he felt a little flutter on his face, like a cold. He described it as originally a cold hand on his cheek. And that was it. That was the last straw. He flew out of bed, rushed towards his little light lantern on the other side of the room, flipped it on, if that's what you do for a lantern.
Just flip it on.
Cranked it really fast.
He shook it.
And fully expecting to see this ghost of this long dead mariner or someone from the shipwreck. But what he saw was a very alive goose.
That is amazing.
I did not know we were going there.
A goose stroked his face.
It just like rested its bill upon his face for quite a second.
What it did is it had injured its wing and like flew into the window somehow and gotten in, because obviously there's like busted windows and shit everywhere.
Oh my God.
And it got in and it was like flopping around. So that was what the footsteps were. And then he had a little, like, his wing fluttered across his cheek.
Stop.
So his
Please
terrifying...
tell me it became a pet for him or something.
I don't know. There was no follow-up on the goose. So,
man.
like, let's hope.
So let's all believe that
fine.
became the resident goose.
Terrible Tilly doesn't have a cat or a dog or whatever. It's a goose.
A goose.
So Terrible Tilly stands and is now part of the Oregon Islands National Wildlife Refuge, and it is also listed on the National Register of Historic Places, which is managed by the National Park Service.
Oh, there it
here we go.
is.
We're like tying it in here.
Full circle.
So visitation is prohibited without explicit permission, and the island can currently only be accessed by either a boat by the Coast Guard or a helicopter, because there's a helicopter landing pad now.
Yeah,
and
casual.
You never know if it's going to be clear or not, because all the sea lions are home now, again, on the island.
Lurking.
They are
They're lurking. But if you ever find yourself in the seaside Oregon area or head out onto the beaches with a pair of binoculars, you better take a good look at Terrible Tilly, because she's quite the sight and you never know what you may see.
Ooh, I like that one a lot.
I want to see Terrible Tilly so bad.
I do too. I also love that you just like ran into her one day.
Yeah.
You know?
I was just like, what's up with her?
You just had an encounter.
I really did. I think I maybe texted you, Cassie, because as soon as Ian and I got back into the truck, I'm like, I just have a weird vibe about that lighthouse.
Ooh.
And I did look it up, and I saw that it was, at the time, it was the columbarium thing, and there was a bunch of stuff about the news of, burying your loved ones out there. But I didn't know that she had such a dark history and she had so many problems.
And she might even be cursed. So maybe you were feeling
She's
some like
definitely cursed.
residual
Yeah,
curse.
Definitely.
And just
What do
looking
we feel
out there
about that?
Oh, cursed 100.
Definitely.
You don't even have to ask. She's cursed.
The indigenous community always knows. They always warn white people, and this is what happens.
It's true.
every single time.
This isn't true.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We
and
just
then
ignore it every time.
and then everyone dies.
Exactly.
It's like, well, I
It's
told
like,
you.
well, we tried, but you're all idiots. So
A resounding theme.
truly,
We're always fucking around and finding
we
out.
always are. And just to look out at it and think like there are over 30 urns, just
Just sitting there.
just dead people. Just there it is.
Yeah, that's
just
a lot.
hanging out in there.
It's a lot to wrap your brain
That's
around.
so dark.
It is. I know. But
I
she
had
is
no
cool.
idea.
She is cool to look at.
She definitely is. She's pretty.
Yeah, it's not Terrible Tilly's fault. She just she got
She didn't
wrapped
even
up.
want to be there, you know?
Yeah. She's like, you know what? I didn't do this.
She really is cool looking.
I was going to say, there's some like beautiful photos of it.
Yeah.
Like I was staring at the one. That's why I was like, this would be a beautiful place to put urns. Because I was like, the one where it's like surrounded by sea lions, like just crawling up the sides of it. I was like, that's beautiful. I love it.
Not at all threatening.
Not at all threatening. Oh, man. Well, I'm following up that amazing one with one that I started. And I was like, wow, this is interesting history. And then I realized that we really just have a ghost cat here, but pretty interesting.
Why are you mad about that?
I mean, I figured you would love it.
I do.
You know what? Mine's the little palate cleanser between all the, all the darkness.
All the horrible.
Perfect. Yeah. I got a little palate cleanser for everybody.
Who doesn't love a ghost cat?
Who doesn't? Who amongst us?
Like Thackeray Binks.
Thackeray Binks, the best
Thackeray
ghost
Binks.
cat.
See?
Who else?
I had such a crush on Thackeray Binks.
She was just going to ask you that.
I was going to say, who else? Who else was like, Thackeray Binks, I
the
will
long,
follow you
flowy
into the
hair.
unknown. At the end, when he walks away, I was like, take me with you as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm doing the Fairport Harbor Lighthouse, and it's in Ohio. Now, it's located in Fairport. Why can't I say Fairport? Fairport.
It's because you want to say Fairpoint.
I think I do.
Yeah.
It's located in Fairport Harbor, and it's near Lake Erie, which I love Lake Erie because it's called Lake Erie. And I feel like it's just like, you got to be spooky. Yeah, they don't spell it right, but it's okay. It's known as, quote, the light that shone for 100 years, because this lighthouse has remained pretty original. Like, it had to be rebuilt a little bit, but it's like one of the original ones, and it looks it. I will say that. She's showing her age a little bit. It was built in 1825, and the keeper's house was also built at the same time, which didn't always happen. I guess sometimes they would just build the tower, and then they would build the keeper's house after. The builder was Jonathan Goldsmith, and in 1841, he actually applied to become the keeper because he was like, well, I built this. Can I manage it maybe? And they were like, thanks so much for building this, but no. And they gave it to somebody else, which I was like, whoa, rude.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I was like, I don't know, give him a probationary period to try it out.
Yeah, you got 30 days.
He built
Let's see what you
it.
can do.
Give Jonathan a try.
It's
I don't know.
essentially his, you know? Like, he made that.
It is. And he asked nicely. He applied, and they were like, nope. Now, unfortunately, like I said, because we can't have nice things, it had to be rebuilt in 1871 because of structural issues, which, like, fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, in Haunted Lighthouses, the book by George Stites, Carol Bertone, who is a volunteer at Ohio Fairport Harbor Lighthouse and Museum, which is still there today, you can visit it. She says the lighthouse, quote, this is our castle, like in Europe. They have castles and we have lighthouses.
I love that.
Which I love Carol's just like, this is our castle. Like, it's like such a bold claim. I love it.
They have castles,
it's
we
not
have
as-
lighthouses.
It's not as regal. but
Not
we'll take
quite,
it.
but you know what? We'll take it over here.
It kind of makes sense when you really think about
we're
it.
like America. It's fine.
Yeah.
Now, the lighthouse, actually, this is really interesting. The lighthouse became a safe haven as part of the Underground Railroad, actually.
Oh, wow.
Which I had no idea when I first started researching. The people of the town of Fairport were like very against slavery and very open about it. And a local tavern owner, and by most sources, the first lightkeeper of the house, was Samuel Butler. And he was voted as a chairman of a group that was going to rally against the Fugitive Slave Act in 1850. And they wanted to make a safe haven. They wanted to be part of abolishing this. And he would organize hiding places all over town, including in his tavern and in this lighthouse for runaway enslaved people. And he organized them to hide high up in the lighthouse. So, like, if people came around, because they were literally coming around looking for them.
Right.
And so he would hide them, like, way up there because no one's coming up there to look. And so it kind of became like a beacon of freedom, too. It was like, it became like way more than what it was. So that was like a cool part of its history. And after the lighthouse was rebuilt in 1871, a Civil War veteran, Captain Joseph Babcock, became the first keeper of the newly rebuilt lighthouse. Now, he and his wife Mary lived on the premises. They were adorable. I found a picture of them. They were just like these two, like, elderly, just adorable people. Like, there's just a picture of them just not smiling, just looking like mean mugged right at the camera.
Hell
and you're
yeah.
like, I just love your energy.
Blue
Like,
stealing it.
That's such a theme for old
is.
photos. No one smiles.
No one smiled. They're so pissed off. And I get it.
But
Like,
adorable.
Shit sucked. So, like, I get it.
Shit did.
But he looks really spiffy. He's in, like, a hat. He's got a big bushy mustache, and she has that giant hat with, like, the big, like, flowers on it.
Yes.
It's just, like, they really do it. Like, real goals, these two. Just angry, standing by each other, looking great. And they moved in there with their daughter, Hattie, and then they had 2 sons while they were living there. Now, unfortunately, in 1889, their very young son, I think he was around 5 years old, he died of smallpox.
Oh, no.
And he died in the lighthouse. So there's that.
But he doesn't haunt it, right?
He doesn't, weirdly.
He is not the ghost cat.
Yeah, he's not the ghost
Spoiler
cat.
alert.
No Robbie sightings that we heard. But his other son, Daniel Babcock, was actually his assistant and later actually took over as head keeper.
Oh, cool.
And I think until 1926. So it's cute. It was like father and then son.
Keeping it in the fam.
But unfortunately, they never really were able to get through Robbie's death. It was like kind of unimaginable, which of course it is. Now, Mary Babcock, his wife, was obviously devastated, and she was in ill health anyways, but she became even more in ill health after this, and eventually was bedridden. Now, she was lonely and bored because she really couldn't get out of bed.
So we got her a piano.
He did not. He did one better. He did one better because she started keeping cats as company. Like strays would come in and she would like befriend them. And her husband, Joseph, actually did not like cats. He was not a fan, but he was like, she loves them, so we're just going to let them hang out on our bed.
Like, it's cool. Fan.
Yeah, but he was
kind of sweet.
What a good husband. He's just like, I hate cats, but you love them, so that's fine. So one day he found a gray stray cat in the basement. And like it had just gotten in through like some, everything sucked back then.
From the ocean.
just came like strolling in from the ocean.
On a surfboard.
Yeah, just whoop, it came in. And he was like, you know what? She'll probably love this little gray cat. He was cute and he seemed friendly. So he brought it up to her bedside, and she immediately fell in love with this cat.
Oh.
Like immediately fell in love. They just bonded right away. It was probably a mix of just like, that's a good solid cat. And also that her husband, who didn't like cats, was bringing her a cat. I feel like that would make me love it even more. I'd be like, this is so cute.
Special.
That's a love language for sure.
That is.
It's gotta be.
Bring me a
It's like,
cat.
I hate this, but I
here
know
you
you
go.
like it. So
That truly is
Yeah.
a love language. It truly is. And she named him Sentinel. And they were, I don't know, and they were inseparable.
Don't love, but
like,
all right.
One of the things all the other cats just kind of played on her bed, and then they would like hop off and go somewhere else. But Sentinel stayed with her at night and like snuggled her. It was like it was a real bond.
That's like Frankie.
Now, unfortunately, Mrs. Babcock did end up passing away. And when she passed away, the cat vanished. Completely vanished. They never saw it again. They searched everywhere. It never came back. Could not find it. Now, we roll forward to the 80s, the 1980s.
Where shit gets crazy.
When I was born. And then a woman named Pamela Brent came to live in the apartment of the lighthouse to work as a permanent overseer/curator of the museum. Now, she said as soon as she started moving in, she kept seeing things out of the corner of her eye. And then she noticed that it was a gray cat that would run across like a room. And she was like, yeah, this is my house. Like, everything's locked. It's the 1980s. Like, things are sturdier now. How is this cat getting in my house?
Right.
Like, I can't. And she didn't own any animals. She couldn't understand it. But she said she kept seeing it. She'd walk in the kitchen. The cat would run across the kitchen. But she said at times it felt like it would run across and almost vanish into where it was going. Oh. Like, she couldn't tell where it would end up. And she said, quote, then one evening I felt its presence when it jumped on the bed. I felt its weight pressing on me. At first it kind of freaked me out, but ghosts don't bother me. They're part of the world. I love her.
Oh,
hell yeah. I was like, hell yeah, Pam. She's like, I don't give a shit. It was weird, but whatever. No,
I don't give a shit.
Which to me, I'm like, that must be the gray cat, like snuggling with the owner, like thinking that she's back in bed.
Totally.
Now, after she left, staff would sometimes see the same gray cat running around. And you would think maybe it's just a stray and they're seeing it, but they would say the same thing, that they never could catch it. They could never see where it ended up. And sometimes it looked like it would just vanish into thin air. And they were like, we don't know what this thing is. It's weird. They would also hear meows and like hear a little skittering of paws, and they just couldn't figure it out.
Hairballs from time to time.
But
cat
since
paws are so cute.
They really are.
The sound of cat paws are the cutest thing. I mean,
because it's like a pad.
It's like pad,
right?
Yeah,
It is really
It's not
cute.
the annoying clicking of my dog's nails that drives me insane.
It's true. That noise really is annoying.
Yeah, it's so annoying. Love them, but God, yeah.
But little
cat paws
pad is really cute. I will give it that. I'm a dog person, but I gotta say, your cats are like top notch.
Hell yeah, brother.
Top notch.
We're adding one more to the bunch. And actually, that's weird because we want to get a gray one.
There you go. You can get Sentinel.
Okay.
Because whenever he shows up, too, whenever they see this like cat that just vanishes into thin air, sometimes they say they'll also hear the voice of a woman. and they'll hear like whispering of a woman, and they think that this might be Mrs. Babcock hanging out with her pal in the afterlife. So whenever they see the cat, she's just playing around with the cat now. Like, she's not bedridden anymore. She's just playing with the cat.
Yes, forever.
Which I hope that's the truth. I feel bad for Joseph Babcock in that case because he hates cats. And I hope he doesn't have to spend eternity playing with a cat.
Maybe he like grew used to Sentinel though.
Maybe he did. He seemed to like that one.
Yeah.
So
I didn't like cats before we had cats, and now we're
That's
about
true.
to have 3. So
there you go.
They
Now-
grow
Grow
on
on
you.
you.
they totally do.
Like, I like,
was weird. Did we
I
say
like
that at the
hers.
same time?
You did. We do that a lot too.
Whenever we go on a Zoom, we actually didn't do it this time, but usually we go, hello, at the same time in the same inflection.
We don't mean to.
So it's like weirdly embarrassing.
Well, we love cats to an extent, but we also are veterinary technicians, so we
Oh,
see
hell
the,
yeah.
not so great side of cats.
Yeah.
When they get real mad because they don't want a shot.
Yeah.
We see how
Or-
fast they move and those claws come out.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Vet
I'm
techs
sure
are the
Sentinel's
best,
great,
by the way. Vet
We've been through
techs
some shit,
are the
for
best.
sure.
We had
Yeah,
amazing because when our dog Bailey had to be put to sleep at the end of last year, it was like devastating. But the vet techs were just like our saviors in that moment. I will forever sing the praises of vet techs.
Our vet tech had to lift a couch because I got Lux out of his carrier at one appointment, and he is like super skittish, especially around men, and it was a man. And so he skidded under the little couch, and they had to call in 2 vet techs to lift the couch to get Lux from underneath it. So I love vet techs too.
So vet techs
Yeah.
for the win.
Well, on
Techs
behalf
have many
of
jobs.
True.
yes, on behalf of all vet techs, thank you.
You're welcome. You do have many jobs. Because I was like, me and my husband were literally like snot crying on our vet tech's shoulders. So, like grief counselors as well. That's so sad.
That's why we wear scrubs.
There
It's
you go.
okay.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, I'm so sorry. No, recently in 2011, which isn't super recently, but recently enough. It feels like it was like 4 years ago. but
11
it's
years
not.
ago.
Woof.
Crazy.
That's really wild. So the company who worked, they were like renovating some of the heating and electric systems in the lighthouse and in the keepers area. And the company who worked on the electric and plumbing for the renovations was Smith Plumbing. And they found something while they were working on this place
Don't tell me it was Sentinel.
that was
so sad.
pretty interesting.
No.
So this guy, the guy who owns the company,
Oh,
Sorry, I'm just like imagining a mummified sentinel.
This guy named Brian Smith, he owns the company. He was climbing up into a small grate type air duct situation to install some air conditioning. This was in the basement.
he
by the
found
way.
some shit.
My dad's an electrician, and I'm a failure here. I'm still like that air duct, air grate thing. I'm like,
have
I don't
no
know.
idea.
Electricity happens there. Either way, he says he found what is possibly Sentinel the cat. Now, in the Haunted Lighthouses book, he is quoted as saying, quote, "This is about where it happened. He aimed his flashlight beam over to where it went, and he said, quote, I noticed something odd on the left side of my head in the grate. I turned slightly to see what it was. Staring right back at me was the face of a cat. It was obviously very old. Looked to me like it had been there for at least 100 years, but the teeth were still intact and its ears were standing up. It was a cat, all right. It was a bit, spooky, pretty frightening, actually." So the cat
He's like,
was
I shot myself.
completely mummified
How?
and is on display at the museum currently. You can see
that's
Sentinel,
kinda dope.
the
I like
mummified
that.
cat, which I was like, let's go see Sentinel, the
Gotta
mummified
see
cat.
Sentinel.
Oh, you said it's in Ohio?
Yeah.
We're going to Ohio soon.
We are, so we can go see this mummified cat.
I'd like to.
And
Send
people,
us pictures.
we
Yes.
have to, because I think this is Sentinel, and people think it is.
I believe it.
Because they said the activity has gotten less prevalent after this, which is weird.
Maybe he was trying to be found.
Well, they think he's at rest now because
Yeah.
they took him out of wherever.
He got
'cause
stuck.
Who knows? Now, or maybe he went there to be alone.
Yeah,
because
cats do
animals will
that.
do that sometimes.
Cats especially.
Yeah. So paranormal investigators have come to this place a bunch, and they do get things about the cat
Meows?
on their thing. They have gotten meows in EVPs.
It's like the commercial where it's like meow, meow, meow.
Literally meow mix.
Yeah.
So they one paranormal investigation team bought a ghost box, like the thing where it like will say words. And they asked the question, are there any ghosts around here? And the ghost box said, Spirit of Babcock.
Oh, shit.
Which, like, damn. Okay, like, very specific.
Right?
There it is.
Yeah, like, what's going on? And this other group called the Ohio Researchers of Banded Spirits, they went there in 2009, and they spent the night there, and they said they actually did catch audio of a woman's voice. They couldn't figure out what she was saying, and they also heard a distinct meow on the audio.
That's beautiful.
And it's like the cutest haunting this side of the Mississippi, I feel.
agree.
Like truly the cutest. And on top of this, every Halloween they tell this story. They have like a big event where they'll tell this whole story of Sentinel the Cat and other spooky tales. They serve wine and cheese.
Oh, I'm there.
And then they do a moonlight climb to the top of the Lake County Tower.
I actually am going to
I would end it right after the wine and cheese, but like really cool.
That's awesome.
Doesn't that
That's
sound
really
awesome?
cool.
That really is.
I love when they will play into these things, like during Halloween time.
You
Like they'll have
gotta.
these cool little tours or like just really
it's
play
the
into the
best.
lore. I love it. And
That's awesome.
That is the mummified ghost cat
Sentinel.
Fairport Harbor Lighthouse
I love
in Ohio.
That's my kind of haunting. If
Right?
a ghost is going to haunt me, let it be a cat. Sentinel the cat.
Let
you
it be
come on by.
Sentinel.
Definitely.
I mean, sad for that, what you said, electrician
Yeah.
who found it, you know?
Like, not
that's
a fun
little
discovery.
Startling.
It's a lot.
And like right next to his head in a dark
Right
spot.
there.
Like just
I
woo.
feel like electricians are always fine. I mean, I follow this page called Things Found in Walls. It's
That's
like the
an
best.
amazing
I'm going to go
thing
ahead
to
and
follow.
follow that after
Why
this.
have I not followed that?
Best. It's the best. And it's like, it's usually construction of like you're renovating a house or whatever. And there's like old timey things like,
Oh, I
found in
love
walls.
that.
That's cool.
so it's like Sentinel was a thing found in a wall.
Oh yeah.
Truly.
He was
rest now.
technically a thing found in a wall.
Yeah.
Well, I guess going into my story, since we've been all over the country for all these lighthouse stories, I'm reeling it back, and we're going to Boston.
Hell yeah. Oh my God, that was
we
the
are.
perfect way to end it, too.
We're shipping up to Boston.
We're going to Boston, and we're going to Boston Harbor National Recreation Area, which
Let's
is
go.
right outside of Boston. Yes. And kind of like Danielle mentioned at the beginning, the National Park Service serves as a lot of different avenues for a lot of places, and national recreation areas are designated for recreation activities. So like hiking, camping, swimming, wildlife viewing, fishing, boating, all those kind of things. They throw it into a reservation area because they also want to preserve the area.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Boston Harbor Island's National Recreation Area is. And national recreation areas, a lot of times they're located outside of urban populated areas because it's a way to set aside a place to be like, okay, we're right next to a huge city, but we have all this wildlife, all this cool stuff here. Let's preserve it.
Yeah, like let's not touch that.
Let's let that be. Let's learn from history,
Touched
please.
literally everything else.
Like we took over all of Boston here. Let's let this
save
be
a
short.
piece.
Let this have a moment.
Yeah. And it is comprised of 34 islands, and it also has the oldest lighthouse in the United States, which is the Boston Light on Little
There it
Brewster
is.
Island.
Amazing.
There she is.
Another lighthouse. And not only is the Boston Light part of the National Park Service, but it is also deemed a National Historic Landmark. And it was established as that in 1964 because of its history and its age. It is, like I said, the oldest lighthouse. It was built in 1716.
Oh,
That's
wow.
so wild.
That's insane.
All right.
So
So
old.
yeah, you got us all beat.
You definitely
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You were all in the 1800s, and I'm like 17.
And you're like, yes. You think you know
We're going
old?
way back.
I was so close.
And this is the typical, like, picturesque New England lighthouse. It's on a rocky coast. It towers 60 feet high, and it's made of rubble stone. This is the only lighthouse in the U.S. that is still staffed by the United States Coast Guard.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's not automatic. There's still someone sitting in there right now.
Oh, that
And-
light keeper is probably so awesome.
So awesome.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to
Whoever
that
you are.
keeper.
Shout out to her. It's a woman. Shout out to her. And I hope that she's having a better time than the stories I'm about to tell.
Oh, no. You know what? I don't even know the stories, and I hope you're having a better time.
Same.
So this lighthouse has seen a ton of history, and it's also seen a ton of tragedy, and it's also said to be cursed.
Ooh, 2 cursed ones. Look at you guys.
We're getting all the crazy stuff going on in these lighthouses
I love
today.
it.
So it was built in 1716, but a man by the name of John George, who was a prominent merchant in Boston, he originally petitioned for the Massachusetts General Court in January of 1713 for the lighthouse to be built. And he stated that it was necessary, the coast was too dangerous, the ships needed a lighthouse to come in, and the petition was granted and it was set to be built. But before construction could even start, John unexpectedly died from unknown causes.
Oh, man.
Oh, poor John.
From a curse.
From a curse.
Strike one, curse is here.
Yep.
Eventually, even though he died, the lighthouse was built, but right after followed more tragedy. So a man by the name of George Worthylake was given the job as keeper of Boston Light in 1716, and his job consisted of maintaining the light at the top of the tower and also guiding ships into the harbor. It was also said that it was possibly his duty to determine if ships arriving in were carrying passengers with communicable diseases and if they needed to be quarantined before they entered.
That's a delightful job.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
He's walking onto these ships and everyone has scurvy and he's like, oh.
And he's like, ooh, okay.
He's like 6 feet apart, everybody.
Stay over there. And tragedy struck for him on November 3rd, 1718. So he had been there for 2 years when he decided to leave the little island to attend a church service in Boston. So he left the boat that day with his wife, Anne, their daughter, Ruth. They had a servant named George Cutler, and they also had a man who was enslaved by George Worthylake, who is called Shadwell. And they also had a friend on the ship named John Edge. So they had a bunch of people going that day. Now, this next part's a little bit unclear if whether they were leaving the church service or they were trying to arrive, but to get onto shore, they had to leave the big ship that they were in to go into a smaller canoe. And because they had so many people with them, the little canoe capsized, and with the rough waters that were there, all of them drowned.
Ooh.
Curse number 2.
Oh.
Curse number 2, and all of their bodies were later recovered and buried except for their servant, George Cutler.
Oh.
That's awful.
Awful. And just, this place is cursed. There's
I was
so
gonna
much.
say,
I wish I could be like,
Bad energy, man.
I wish I could say the end. That was it. But
That was it.
Continues.
Oh, no.
3 days after their deaths, a man by the name of Robert Saunders was asked to go to the Boston Light to maintain it until they could find a new keeper, and he agreed. But 2 weeks later, Robert Saunders and another man who was with him drowned at the Boston Light.
Stop. Were they just like on their way there?
It didn't describe exactly. It sounds like they were just a storm hit or something and they were thrown into the water
Man.
Damn.
Yeah.
So two keepers, like boom, boom.
And we're
the person-
still like first year. Is that true?
We're
First 2
fresh out
years.
the gate.
First 2 years.
Fresh out of the gate here.
And we have 3 3 like major incidents with deaths so far.
wow.
Yep.
Whoa.
Now, following these deaths, a 12-year-old whose name you might just recognize, like George Washington's, his name is Ben Franklin.
No, I've
I
never
don't
heard that
know.
one.
Yeah.
Ben Franklin, I don't know her.
Ben Franklin was never 12, so let's get
Never.
that straight.
I was thinking that. I was like, what did Ben Franklin look like at 12? Like, how do I picture this man's?
He still had like the outfit on.
Always.
Like, half
The gray
of
hair.
head.
The receding hairline, always.
Well, Ben Franklin, after these tragedies, he was inspired to write a poem. So before he was creating electricity, he was a poet. And he wrote a poem that was titled The Lighthouse Tragedy. And he actually wrote this on small pieces of paper and sold it all around the Boston area.
I love that for him.
Yeah, he made a bunch
Very
of money.
Poe.
Yeah, he's an artiste.
He is.
But his father was not into it, and he was like, "No, you're not a poet. Find a different career path.
Invent electricity, okay?
Yeah, like this isn't going anywhere." So the next lightkeeper at Boston Light was named John Hayes, and while he did not die during his time at the lighthouse, he did experience some significantly bad luck. While he was there, a large fire broke out in the lighthouse, which didn't cause too much damage, but there was enough damage that it launched an investigation into John, and they believed that his negligence caused the fire, and they withheld his pay until they could prove otherwise.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
That's pretty severe.
I know, that's a
is.
lot. He's like, I didn't even do anything.
Right. Like, I need
They're
some
like-
money.
Right?
You're going to work here, and we're not going to pay you, and we're going to investigate.
Wow.
Sound good? Sound good.
I feel like
And you're
everyone...
going to jail.
17.
Everyone was named John then, too, I feel. So, like, I think they were just like, it probably is a John. So we're just going to hold
just go with you.
See.
Whether it's this one or another
Yeah, it's
one
going to be
doesn't
some
matter.
John. So,
After this fire, several years later in 1751, the lighthouse caught fire again, and this time it was almost completely destroyed, but later they were able to repair it.
Okay, wait. So
man.
did John do it? Or we're just
No, John
unsure?
did not
John
do
did
it.
not do it. Okay.
It was just
He's
like
like-
random.
Because I was still suspicious over here. I was like, I don't know about John.
They were eventually like, oh, no, you didn't. That's cool. We're still not paying you.
Like,
Get back
sorry.
in the lighthouse.
Get back in there.
Thanks.
And weirdly enough, during this time period, so there's fires, there's deaths, there's all this stuff. Also, during this lighthouse was very weirdly being struck by lightning, like all the time.
Which is like very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It happened so many times that it was proposed that they needed to have a lightning rod that was
Yeah.
actually on the lighthouse. And which also, fun fact, Ben Franklin invented in 1750.
I love it.
So connected to this lighthouse.
Yeah. He's like, this is my lighthouse. But with everyone was like, we need a lightning rod. This place is getting struck all the time. But the religious Puritans in Boston area, they believed that the lightning strikes were actually a stroke from heaven. So they didn't want to interrupt with it. But after this was happening like all the time,
I love that.
they said, let's put a lightning rod on this lighthouse.
I was going to say, you know what? I propose a lightning rod.
That's just heaven saying, hey.
Hey, what's up?
Like, I don't know if that's how heaven says hello.
I don't really know.
I don't know.
Like, we're going to strike you down and light you on fire.
I'm going to send a jolt of fire into your structure.
Just a friendly hello.
And potentially the light keepers stay in it, but
It's like,
no
whoops.
worries.
Maybe that's what caused the fire. Lightning.
Yeah.
They're like, no, that's heaven. It was
That can't,
John.
yeah, that can't be it. It was John. Blame John, who didn't get paid.
He's like, I'm not even getting paid for this.
Yeah.
And I'm blamed.
This volunteer John that's in here.
So they did install the lightning rod, and that solved that problem. And after John Hayes left as lightkeeper, a man by the name of Robert Ball took over, and he actually lived out his life there as lightkeeper for over 40 years.
Wow, get it.
Really love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thought it
Now,
was great.
Now, 1 year after his death in 1775, the American Revolution happened, and that's where the British military seized Boston, and they seized the Boston Light.
I forgot we're still way back here.
I
did
know.
too.
When you said that, I was like, the what happened?
The American
I was
Revolution.
like, damn. I thought it was
that
the
a
80s
very
by
long
now.
time ago.
I was like, wow.
There were
all right.
lighthouses.
Yeah. Man.
So it's 1 year after his death, 1775, and they seized the Boston Light and they blocked it. So there was no access to it. And now 3 days after the Battle of Bunker Hill, American troops came in and they actually set the lighthouse on fire.
Oh, man.
Rude.
The British thought it was rude, and they ended up repairing the damages a month later. They're like, this is my lighthouse.
This is ours now.
But one of the very last things that the British did before completely leaving Boston, because historically we know that they did end up leaving, was on June 13th, 1776. And one of their very last vessels that they had in the harbor that day, the Americans had opened fire on them on June 13th, 1776. And they took that vessel and they went over to the Boston Light and they blew it up.
Oh,
Whoa.
so much fire.
That escalated like so quickly.
Like, we're just absolutely destroying
Wow.
this
You know what?
lighthouse before we leave.
We're done.
We are done here.
It's like those movies where you're walking away and there's an explosion
Yes.
behind you.
Slow-mo.
That's the British.
Or like I picture like the little girl with like the house on fire in the back. That's the British.
She's like smirking.
Yeah, they're just like,
She's like, I know what happened here.
bye, Boston.
See you later.
Bye, bitch.
So the one that is standing there today is obviously not the original Boston Light, as it was blown up and
Several times.
several times. But another one was built in 1783.
We'll accept that.
Not bad. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going
I'll
to
take
say.
Still pretty old. It's now, I think it's the second old. It's technically the second oldest lighthouse because the first one blew up.
Right.
You know?
There's that whole thing.
Yeah. Now, with all this tragedy that has occurred here, there, of course, are some stories of paranormal happenings. There have been voices that have been reported here, specifically the sounds of a little girl sobbing and calling out the name of the enslaved man who died there, Shadwell. Shadwell.
That's so sad.
My entire body just went into chills. I was like, that
I
was
just had- look at my
Yes, like it was
Yeah.
literally like whoosh all
Because
over.
you know they had a bond too.
Oh,
That's horrible.
And now somehow they're together in the afterlife, and or she's calling to him.
Oh my
finds
god.
him.
And I did read that Shadwell played a huge part in trying to save all of them too when they capsized. So
Oh,
it
that
sounds
kills
like
me.
it was her last calls. That
Oh
you're
my
still hearing.
goodness.
Cassie, come on.
For real. Ouch.
We're just like, oh.
My heart.
So still today, the Coast Guard reports seeing figures that are standing on top of the lighthouse and then they disappear. And many people believe that these are the ghosts of George and his family.
Aw, they're just hanging out in the lighthouse.
Vibin'.
Yeah. Everyone stays there forever.
Everyone, you don't get to leave.
Don't get a lighthouse job unless you want to stay there for all
Yeah.
of eternity.
For real.
And lastly, there is also a paranormal phenomenon that occurs at the Boston Light. This phenomenon has been nicknamed the Ghost Walk because 6 miles to the left of the lighthouse, for reasons unknown, it is said that there is no sound that penetrates this area at all.
That sounds horrible.
Oh.
I don't like.
Which also means that any warning bells from the Boston Light can't be heard from any incoming ships.
Oh, that's weird. Some bad shit happened there.
Oh.
Ew.
That's
Bad
real bad.
juju.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, man. Oh, that's spooky.
No.
No.
So spooky. And like I said at the beginning, currently the lighthouse is still occupied by a keeper. Her name is Sally Snowman, and she is the very first woman lighthouse keeper of the Boston Light. And I really hope that she's having a little bit of a better time than all these other.
Sally, I hope you are
Seriously.
like just like risky business, like sliding across the floor in
Tom
your
Cruise
button-up
in it.
shirt. Like, I hope you're having a great time there.
What a cute name. You said her name is Sally Snowman?
That is an adorable name.
Stop. I love her.
Never change your name.
Never.
Like, if you have to.
Never
yeah,
change.
and
Just
she's
never
the,
change,
she's the
Sally.
first woman, too. That's cool.
Yeah, what a badass.
Very
Go
cool.
Sally. It's
Maybe
your
the
birthday.
lighthouse just needed a woman.
I think it
maybe
did.
Everything's all good.
Yeah, some maternal
again.
energy.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm really glad that you just snuck Sentinel into the middle of all
Right.
of
It
that
needed it.
because we needed that.
We needed Sentinel's presence.
Sentinel the palate cleanser from
there he
beyond.
is. These were so good.
I know, this was so fun.
I loved this. Yeah, we had a great time. I loved looking into. I knew Terrible Tilly was calling me as soon as.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking into Acadia, and I was like, God, I feel like I should do it because it's like, homegrown. Like, I feel like I need to pay some homage to New England. But when Cassie was like, "Oh, I'm like, all right, peace."
You're like,
Cool,
I'm
there
out.
it is. Tilly calls.
Yeah, I'm out.
No, those were
That was
awesome.
great.
Thank you guys so much for coming on. This was a blast. We have to do this again.
100%.
Oh my God, yeah.
This
For
was like a
sure.
fun campfire story time. It was awesome.
We would love to bring you out into nature again, if only
Yes.
through Zoom.
Amazing.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's
Or
go.
if you want to go to a lighthouse, we are.
Let's go to a lighthouse.
Yes, let's do all of the above.
I am down.
Let's
Cool.
record inside of a lighthouse with moving furniture.
Oh, hell yes.
We got to find one and we got to do it.
We got to keep it that weird.
We do.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much. This was amazing. We are definitely going to do it again.
Yes, tell our listeners where they can find you.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can find us on. Yeah, that's a great idea. Oh yeah, us. You can find us on Instagram at National Park After Dark. We have a website, npadpodcast.com. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And we'll link it all in the show notes so it'll be easy to find.
For sure.
Cool.
Awesome.
Awesome.
But-
Well,
Thanks,
thank you
guys.
so much for having us. I mean, we've been huge fans of you guys for a long time, so we're so excited, and it was really fun to come on here with you.
Oh, thank you so much.
We're so happy to have you, and we're so excited to maybe join you on your show in the future.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
I'm giving you the come little children.
It's coming.
I love it. Well, guys, thank you for listening, and as always, we hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
Keep
it
weird. But not so weird that you don't go listen to National Parks After Dark because their podcast is really fucking cool.
That.
There we go.
Waking up exhausted, foggy, and running on empty? For me, one of the missing pieces was magnesium support. That's why I added Magnesium Breakthrough by Optimizers to my nightly routine. It's a powerful all-in-one magnesium complex with 7 forms of magnesium designed to support relaxation, sleep, stress response, and recovery. If you're ready to feel more rested and have a great summer, go to bioptimizers.com/hags and use code HAGS for 15% off any order.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the Vyvgart Hytrulo pre-filled syringe, which contains efgartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VyvgartMyWay.com. That's VYVGART MyWay.com. And talk to your doctor about Vyvgart Hytrulo. Brought to you by argenx.